Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Jessica and today I'm going to discuss how you can fill up your sketchbook and improve your art skills as well. Now remember, your sketchbook is a place to explore, to experiment, and to have fun. Now, there is no right or wrong way to fill a sketchbook, but I'll be sharing ways that have helped me, which I hope will help you too. Before I even start, I really like to set some goals. And I ask myself, do I want to improve some drawing skills? Maybe I want to experiment with a new medium, or even just start a challenge. Think about what works best for you and go for it. Know that your sketchbook is a safe place and see it as your own little getaway. Okay, so the first way that you can fill up your sketchbook is to draw from life. You can simply grab any objects you have at home, place it in front of you, grab a lamp, set your lighting to make sure that you have nice highlights and shadows so that when you are drawing or painting, it's very visible for you to see. Pick anything that you have at home that you love, that you're ready to draw and focus on. Capture it in that moment, as long as they're ready to sit still, of course. But whichever subject that you choose, try to focus on creating a really nice composition and simply capturing that light. Think of your drawings as a little puzzle that you're trying to constantly put together and figure out. And drawing from life is really great for all levels since you're training yourself to see and apply what you see to your paper. I think this is one of the best ways to practice in your sketchbook. Just pick a subject that you love and enjoy drawing it from life. And once you do this a few times, you will see that your drawings and your ability to draw will improve. Okay, now let's say you've been practicing fruits for the longest time and you've been drawing and you want to try something new. I would pick a new subject and also I'd pick a new medium. So in this case, I took a pen and I tried to capture this camera on how I see it. Everyone sees and feels things differently. So my point is, guys, that you can look at an object and put it on paper on how you see it best. As long as you're looking at something from life and drawing it, you are training your eye-hand coordination. There are thousands and thousands of ways that you can draw from life. Personally, I use my surroundings as an inspiration for my sketchbook. I have one with me at all times, and that way if I see something that grabs my eye, I immediately draw or paint it. I really believe that when you sit and paint or draw something from life, it captures a completely different emotion than when you're just using a photo. Another way you can fill your sketchbook is to create a character out of an object that you have. As an example to show you guys, I grabbed the microphone that I used to record, and yes, we are going to be turning it into a character. You can do this by drawing from life as well, but I just took my phone to grab a few angles of this microphone. And once you have your photos, you can take a second and see what you can visualize as characters from the object that you chose. I think this is a great way to fill your sketchbook because you're using something and you're bringing it to life and giving it some character. It's a great exercise for creativity, it's very fun, and you're going to surprise yourself on the characters that you create. I find it a helpful way to spark some ideas and add some variety to your sketchbook. And if you're ever feeling stuck, this is a great way to get your gears moving. I grabbed my microphone and just did these drawings on the spot while filming for you guys, and I thought it would be funny to literally have microphones singing. So in your own drawings, think about how you can push your concept to match your object. You will see where your mind and creativity takes you. And after, you'll have a page of fun characters in your sketchbook. For those of you who've watched my previous sketchbook tour, I did this with my supplies and with the money tree that I drew in there as well. I just use objects or even animals to help spark my creativity for characters, and then I draw a bunch just to get a feel for some variety. And you never know, you might like one so much that you turn into a finished piece. Now, another way to fill your sketchbook is to start a challenge for yourself. Take a look at what you think you need to work on and draw it over and over. And I know it sounds crazy, guys, but hear me out. I used to really struggle with drawing ears, so I created a challenge for myself to draw a bunch of them until I've got it right. As you're practicing to draw your subject, you will see details that you haven't noticed before, and that helps you draw it even better. You can do this with things that you love to draw or even things that you feel that you need to work on. I recently set a challenge for myself that I felt really helped was the 100 Heads Challenge in 10 days. And going back to my goal was to figure out different ways that I can experiment with different mediums and actually improve my proportions in my portraits. I played around with style, colors, shapes, and I tried to push myself in as many directions as possible. And I was really pleased with what I created at the end. I thought it was a great way to fill up my sketchbook, and no matter how difficult it may be to draw something over and over, it's super beneficial in the end. Now, speaking of another way that's super beneficial is to simply doodle away. Everyone doodles differently, but I really enjoy starting with a blank piece of paper and just letting my pen flow. Wherever it wants to go is where it's gonna go. Doodling is a great way to loosen up and also a great way to spark even more creativity in your art. When you're just drawing with no pressure, you're using your intuition to lead the way. I find myself zoning out sometimes just listening to music and doodling. It's so important, guys. Sometimes I doodle what I feel or simply shapes that come to mind in the moment. It begins to be super therapeutic, and sometimes I cannot stop. Find whatever makes you feel good and doodle. You can experiment with different mediums, different shapes, and also use your surroundings to inspire you for your doodles as well. I personally like to doodle with pens or ink because I can get a lot of little details in, and when I get into my zone, I get super intricate with my details. You'll be surprised where your doodles take you, and there are endless amounts of possibilities with the way that you can doodle. Here are some of the little snippets that I took of my sketchbooks and some doodles that I got carried away with. Alright, so last but not least is to make a black and white and color study of a photo that you find. Typing in free images into Google gives you all the pages that gives you free resources for images that you can use to make studies with your art. You can scroll through the website and find a photo that you gravitate towards that you'd be interested to draw or paint. I then save it onto my device, and I adjust one image to be in black and white and one in color. You can use any medium that you'd like for this exercise, but the overall point is to do one in black and white and one in color. For this example that I'm showing you guys in my sketchbook, I'm using acrylic paint by Golden, and I'm starting off with the black and white image. I chose it because I actually really like this little van, and I cropped it in to make a better composition. So when you guys are picking your images, make sure you pick something that you really like because you will be doing 2 of them. Now you're probably wondering why you should do one in black and white and one in color. Well, when we're painting in black and white or drawing in black and white, we get to see the values very clearly. It forces us to put our grayscale goggles on and focus only on some basic gray values. Once we can figure out lighting and values and contrast, we can then move on to the color image, which it will be much easier for us to do since we've done the black and white version. I actually really love painting things in black and white and think it's great for all levels. You basically get a finished mini painting, and you also learning and studying from a reference. And when you look back at your finished piece, you'll feel super accomplished and ready to move on to the next one. For when I do the color version, I actually challenge myself to use a minimum of 2 to 3 colors. I also include white to help me mix some values, but it isn't necessary. So although I've already painted this in black and white, I've basically got the values figured out. And essentially, when we are doing a study of something, we're getting to know this subject. And now in the colored version, it will be a bit easier for me to see all the shapes since I've already done it. When you are drawing from a reference, I really suggest placing it right beside you to really ensure you're getting the exact measurements and likeness. You can do black and white and colored versions of anything that you find. Maybe you want to capture a memory or something that caught your eye that day. Once again, the options are endless. By making these two pieces, you're really using all your artistic muscles. But overall, this is a really fun and creative exercise for you to train your skills and have some finished paintings in your sketchbook. And once you're done with your drawing or painting, you can enjoy the satisfaction of taking off the tape. And that is all for the few tips that I have for you guys today on how to fill your sketchbook. No matter what level or stage you are in art, you can mix and match any of these to help you have fun with your sketchbook. And most importantly, improve. Remember to set some positive goals and intentions, and everything else will be a breeze. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and supporting, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!